Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, to a brand new video. I did mention in my last video I wasn't feeling very sparkly or like my sparkly self because the inconvenience every month. I was just really hormonal and I just wasn't a vibe. But we're back. We're back to our sparkly selves this morning. Really happy about that as well because I just love being in this state, you know, of positivity and inspiration and all the good feelings. So it's Monday, the 22nd of January. If I've got that wrong, I'll correct myself on the screen when I edit this video back, but welcome back to a renovation vlog. I don't even know what number we're on now, but this renovation vlog is not like some of the others because, you guys, and I'm really excited to say this, but our first room is finally finished. Yeah, this video, as you can see from the title, is our Bootility reveal. Now, in this video though, I want to just put it together with you guys, you know, like the final finishing touches. I was gonna do that myself and then like film a utility reveal, which we will do the reveal and we'll work around the room and talk about everything. But I just thought it'd be nice to put the room together with you, you know, which I wasn't going to do, so I hope you don't mind. But before we do that, I spent the weekend looking through all of the previous renovation vlog videos, especially in the early days of when we bought this house. I say early days like it were years ago. Yeah, it's not even been a year since we bought this house. We moved in, didn't we, in March of 2023, so it's not even been a year, and I look back at that footage and I'm like, oh my god, that feels like a lifetime ago, and I'm sure it does to you all as well. Also, it's so good to look back on to what this house was, and when I look back, I am so glad that we filmed it, like our renovation diaries, and it just makes it all worthwhile. I don't know why, I just get so much joy from looking back. Like, literally, what is this fringe doing today? I need to go to the hairdressers and get my bangs cut back in because they're just not plain bowl. Look at that. Look like one at Backstreet Boys. Anyway, what were I saying? Yeah, so I look back and I think, oh my god, how did I live through that? I don't know how I did it. Anyway, we're still in a building site, but we have got some rooms more or less put together. The utility, bootility, laundry room. We'll talk about what that room actually is later on in this video, but it's finished. Well, I say finished. Are they ever finished though? I don't think rooms are ever finished because you just always want to switch them out and swap them around and things like that, don't you? So I don't think we're ever 100% happy with it. However, it's lovely, and what I mean by not finished is I'm sure there's some other pieces of like little bits of styling bits and bobs that I'll probably add to that room. Anyway, I'm waffling and I'll talk you through all that later on. I'm going to make a cup of tea. Make sure you've got your cup of tea as well, because I'm going to include some clips previously of the early days of the renovation in that room in particular, so we can see the difference. Then we're going to style the room together, and then we'll do the proper bootility reveal. So make sure you've got a cup of tea, everybody, and sit back and enjoy. Because this is the breakfast room. So let's start off with the tiles. We've got these lovely tiles to rip up. We've set up as much as possible because we do need to eat somewhere. So we've got our dining room table in here at the moment. This is where we're eating. So we've got a fireplace here. I don't know if you guys remember that I said we had a kitchen, which is in there, and then a breakfast room, and then there's a wall separating with a fireplace in, which is this one. Now, obviously, you'd want to knock through and have kitchen diner in here and have this one big room, which is obviously what we would want as well, but we don't want to get rid of an original fireplace. So we're still trying to work out what to do, but we're hoping for keeping that fireplace as a proper log burner. We're going to make it into a double-sided log burner, knock out most of the wall, so you've just got the log burner right in the centre that's separating the two rooms, which will open up that side as well as this side a little bit more, so you can see all the way through, so it'll still be a continuation like kitchen diner, just with the fireplace in the middle, which will be our entertaining bit of the kitchen, where we're probably going to sit and eat and everything. And then inside here, hubby's ripped out the kitchen already, so I will pop a picture on screen of what it did look like. It actually just looks like that. The worktop looked like that, and the cupboards were all like this, and it went all the way around there. We've ripped it all out because it was absolutely stinking. So yeah, this is the kitchen. It's a lower ceiling because this kitchen is actually an extension. So yeah, that's the situation we're dealing with. We've got fridge and freezer there just for now. So if we stood in the kitchen here, we'll have all that ripped out and opened up. The log burner is there in the centre, and you'll be able to see it from this side of the kitchen too, but you'll be able to see right through into that room. So whatever kitchen design we're going for, we're probably going to take it all the way around here and down here as well, and then that will be your access point through there, through the fireplace in the middle. That's what we're thinking at the moment. So they used to call this room the morning room, I think, in Edwardian houses, and usually it's full of windows, very much filled with light, which is what that big window section is down the bottom there. And yeah, we have knocked out and uncovered the original Edwardian fireplace. Now this one is the tallest one in the house. Yeah, excitingly, this one is what they would have used to cook on. Like literally, I can walk straight into here. That's how tall it is, and I'm 5'3". So I would say it's about 5'2", the size of this fireplace. So we really want to keep it. I'm going to explain the plans in a minute, but yeah, we've knocked out that fireplace ready. This wall also was wood chip. Oh my God, you can even see where the wood chip, the chippies have been. What a nightmare. Hubby got it off in like 2 nights worth of work, and he did get it off. I did try to help him, but honestly, it was the most horrendous wall to strip in the whole house. And I'm glad it's not everywhere, if I'm being honest. So let's talk about the plans, shall we? Excitingly, so everything down here is now ready for plastering, just like everywhere else. So we can just get on with that really soon. And the plan is, right, I'm going to talk you through the plans, and we're going to go through the kitchen door over there and then come back this way with the plans. So you'll just have to excuse this kitchen, what we're using at the moment, because I haven't cleaned it. Everything's all over the place is what you'll see right now. There you go. And this room is actually an extension to the house. So the roof goes up. We're going to knock out this ceiling, we're thinking of doing, and have a vaulted ceiling with skylights in. So this room will be full of light in the end. And this little square room here, we're thinking of having it as a utility room, which is separate from the kitchen, which is now at the moment behind me. So we're thinking of having like washer, dryer, dishwasher, butler sink, and everything you need for a fully working kitchen. All the working stuff that you don't want aesthetically out, like washing machine, dryer, dishwasher, dishes, butler sink, in this utility room. We're thinking of incorporating a little doggy shower as well for dog walks, because that's how we live, and most families have a family pet, so that would be very welcome. And I know that this room aesthetically in the end will be a woman's dream room, and it's tucked away from the kitchen, which I'm going to get onto in a minute once we go backwards on ourselves. But let's just turn around, because this wall here is the chimney breast wall where the fire is on the other side. So what we're thinking of doing is having this wall here part of the utility room and incorporating a boot room area along this wall. So all the coats can go in here, boots, walking boots, all the kids stuff and things like that. So like I said, this is a fully working utility room. Aesthetically beautiful and matching onto the kitchen, but still tucked out of the way so no one can see it. Basically where you can hide all your crap and your mess. All the doggy bowls and everything else can go in here as well. So then you walk back through to the kitchen area, which is here. Like I said, it's all open plan, which is why we thought it'd be really good to have the utility and all the working part of the kitchen, you know, the dishes and the things you don't want to see, back in that utility room so it's out of the way. And then this room, this kitchen, this part of the kitchen can be really aesthetic because you can just see onto the lounge and vice versa. Same tiles in here as I am in the dog wash. Let's go through to the utility room. We've had the floor all screeded, so it's now all the same length. Step back down actually and just show you this step. These steps were already here. Oh my gosh, so much has happened. I'm just getting like confused at what you know already. We did pick the cooker up, didn't we, from the coast. We got a really good thrifted bargain. I can't wait to show it yet, but I can't get to it at the moment. It's been stored away and I just can't get in the garage because it's just full of stuff. So I will show you that probably in this vlog. If not this vlog, it'll be the next one, but it's absolutely fabulous and what a bargain. But yeah, what were we saying? The steps. So this step, oh, I'm having a different floor in the utility than I am in the kitchen because all this floor is all open plan right through. So we're gonna have the same floor all the way through the house, right up until here, where we can then switch floors because there's a step up. That's what I was trying to say. I just think it will give it a really good contrast, and I feel like you can go a little bit different floor wise in a utility room. Like there's so many other floors you can choose that will look good, but they wouldn't look good in the kitchen and living spaces. Do you know what I mean? Like an outside floor. This sink is about to fall down. This is what we've been working with, but we're all plastered in here. All the spots have been fitted, all the lighting. This is my boot room wall. This wall will be the boot room area. Yeah, this is the utility and it's all ready to go for it to be delivered this weekend. You know the general plans, but I'm going to do like a utility reveal, a kitchen reveal. This door we're keeping on until we're ready really, but I think that's one of the last things to get changed. We still are having the butler's pantry through that opening there, through that doorway, and the door will become a sliding door, a nice little sliding door feature, which is going to be on a rail and it's going to look absolutely lovely in this room. Honestly, I can't wait for that, but that project's going to come afterwards. So yeah, we're all ready to go really this weekend in here, and I just wanted to show you how good it looks with the paint on the walls. Again, I'm going to have coving done in this room so that it's not looking like a box, because at the moment, like I said, it's very boxy, isn't it? It's just very square and boxy and masculine. Cashmere colour, it's like an off-white. It's beautiful, but it's got like an earthy tone. It sometimes looks sage green in different lights as well, which I really, really love. It's going to work really well in the kitchen utility. Have I got the best hubby in the world? He is building my little bespoke doggy shower. He's doing an amazing job and it's very awkward looking. I'm so grateful though to have this space. What a wonderful space this is going to be. I can't wait to show you. And then we're going to change floor as you step up into the utility room. So I think I'll start on this back wall here. So this again was bespoke cutting to the windows, which took a few weekends to put together. So we've had these tall boy units put in here and they do open. So in this one, it actually opens all as one unit. It's just been made to look like it's two. So for visual aesthetic reasons, you'll see why we've done this in a second. So these have been bespoke fitted in, and they've been curved, so everything just looks absolutely beautiful. Washing machine. Obviously we've got the butler sink, which I am so pleased about. We've gone for a range master butler sink. You'll have to excuse the sink, the stuff in there. That's your typical under sink cupboard with all the cleaning products in. Again, that needs organising, but they're in situ at least, so that's the good thing about that. And then this side, we have our dishwasher. And through there is the garage. Now we're going to convert half the garage into a walk-in pantry. Hubby's master plan. On the opposite side of the sink area and the window is our Bespoke doggy wash. That's the first thing you see in the centre. So we used the cashmere tiles, and Ash built me a custom doggy bath. So inside is basically a little doggy shower. And then in the middle here, we're going to have the bootility on that back wall there. So that back wall is actually the mantle. On the other side of that is the cooking station. We've popped in our bench just to show you a visual of what it's going to possibly look like, and I hope you can gauge what it's going to look like. We've got our baskets underneath, and just like the last house, all the doggy bags, doggy coats and leads and things like boots, and basically it's a boot room. So this is the current situation in the boot room. We have all of the tools out today. Hubby's doing all of the paneling here in the boot room. So we'll come back to that later, because by the end of the day, it should be all done. And then I can just get painting it. It's actually taken no time at all for him to do this shiplap, tongue and groove, on the boot room. Obviously it's raw wood, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like from this angle. Obviously we'll have skirting on at the bottom and eventually a floor. I think we're not far off the floor, you guys. Anyway, so raw wood, and it's just been done, it's just drying. Okay, let's go into the utility and have a little look at the floor. So we'll step up onto that stone. It's just going to be wonderful underfoot, isn't it? Because this is the second floor we've got down. And obviously we had to screed the floor initially. Ash has put some PVA glue on. Ash has put some PVA glue on the floor last night to prepare it. And he's just spent the morning laying the stone. But I feel like you can see the colour a lot better in this light. As you can see, there's different tones of like sagey greens and greys, and it'll just get more characterful the more it's used. I just think it's perfect for a utility room, and I've ordered a few more bits for this room as well. If they haven't arrived by the time this vlog goes out, I'll show you in the next vlog, and we'll just uncover everything as we're going along. So yeah, he's laid out these tiles to create the pattern and cut them in. There we go, underneath the cabinetry by the sink there, and you'll see once the, what are they called, Ashley? Them bottom bits of the cupboards? Plinths? Kickboards. Once the kickboards are on, it'll just look so much neater all of a sudden on this floor.
Than all the rest, I'm quite a
Farrow and Ball slipper satin is possibly my favourite white shade. It has got a little bit of a warmer tone to it. As you can see though, not like yellowy warm. Anyway, it's like a greige and it's a really nice tone of wood, and I just thought go for it. I've got loads of this left. It goes a really long way. I've been painting little bits around the house with this. I've gone for this on my front door as well. Yeah, I just thought I'd go for it really, and so that's what I did.
I kept on looking, but everyone's such a bore. And out of a sudden, you came through the door. At the next table, you're whisking me. The lights were dimmed as our eyes met and you saw me. And forevermore, I like to share that vintage dream.
So we're actually stood in what was the breakfast room, and I will give you a tour of this room, which is now part of the kitchen, but it's more of the aesthetic part of the kitchen. I'll talk to you in a future video. Once more has been done in this room, but for now, we're going to concentrate on the utility room, which is what we're here for. Bootility, utility, laundry room. This room works as a multifunction room. It was very well thought out. I don't even know where to start, because as you can see, when you come in this side, we opened up the wall there, and you can now go through that side as well and see right through the house. 2 openings either side in this room. Let me stand as far back as possible. In fact, I'm going to pop you on a wide lens so that we can gauge the room a little bit better. There we go. So, where to start, you guys? Well, you saw it all unfold from the previous clips throughout this last year, and we are not finished, by the way. There are a few little details, I'll point them out as we go around the room, that we need to work on in here still, but for the most part, it's finished. So let's start with the bare bones of the room. We knocked out the wall on this side. This room was literally the kitchen in the original design of the house. And yeah, we've now turned it into a multifunctional space. So like I explained, we've got a boot room because that's just how we live. We love our dog, and the location of the house is very popular for walking. We're right in the woods and the moors, and we just love walking the dogs, and we're quite outdoorsy. So I knew I wanted a boot room feature, so we turned that wall into a boot room wall. It's so easy to incorporate a boot room wall in your house. Like, I did it in the hallway of the last house, and it was only a little 2-bedroom bungalow, but we had a little nook in the hallway, you know, a little cupboard in the hallway. You can just take the doors off, turn it into a little boot room, pop in some shiplap and a little bench. And they even do furniture, because I saw a piece in Jisk, and it's quite thin and small, but it's like a little boot room stack. Anyway, I digress. Now, I do have some regrets, building regrets, and I'm going to talk about those in another video, because you know, when you're doing a build or a renovation, you really want to get it right, don't you, the first time round? And we're still learning on the job. This is our second renovation property. We've learnt so much so far in the first 2 houses, these first 2 houses, but I'm still making mistakes, design mistakes. I'll go through them with you in another video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I'll probably do it in the next renovation vlog, actually. But yeah, we've gone for reclaimed shelves. We got these for free out of a skip that hubby found at work. And we bought the aged brass hardware, but I upcycled these in a vlog, and I can't remember which vlog it was, along on the renovation series. I'll link the full playlist down below. You'll have to go through it though, because it's a long one, and have a binge. But yeah, I love how rustic the top shelves are. Now up there, it looks quite bare at the moment. I am looking to buy some baskets, and we're going to stack them up there uniformed, and it'll just bring this space a little bit more together. A bit like the baskets we've got down here underneath, which houses our shoes and leads and poo bags and all of that good stuff. And yeah, it's just nice for storage, isn't it? I do love my trailing plants hanging off of shelves. I think they look really, really nice, especially in a room like this. You want to bring in some greenery. Just love that. So we've got the hooks here. We actually repurposed these hooks. They were old. We took them from an upstairs bedroom. They was absolutely rotten. We've polished them up with some brass polish cleaner, and they're still quite vintage looking, which I absolutely love, by the way. But just look at the hooks. They're just beautiful, aren't they? But we upcycle where we can. It was also on this wooden, these hooks were also on this wooden thing as well, and we've obviously just painted that and just put it down here because we would have had to buy that otherwise for the boot room. All the hardware is aged brass in the house, including the light switches. Still not over these, you guys. These toggle switches, aren't they just fabulous? I've styled up my boot room purposely for this video. It will change throughout the seasons because you guys know, if you're following along from the last house that we lived in, I do like to style my boot room seasonally as well as the rest of the house. So at the moment, it's just new and ideas are floating around. So I've got some dark green cushions on the bench here. I'll link the bench. It's beautiful. Now we have got a few stains on it, because we actually use this bench to sit on and put our shoes on and things like that. So I need to work on getting these stains out. Listen, this bench has lived with us through 2 renovations. I should have covered it really, but it's quite inexpensive and it looks really nice. Oh, I can't remember where it's from, but I'll link it down below. The green cushions are from Dunelm. They're on sale for £4 at the moment, these cushions, £4 each, and they just look really, really nice. Like they're quite textured and thick looking. So yeah, I love how they look. We painted the shiplap Tongan groove at the back there, which I think gives this room a lot of character. We painted it in the Farrow and Ball slipper satin, which is my absolute favourite off-white shade. I've got a baby's breath gypsophilia dried wreath hanging here. This is £15. I think they still sell it. It's from the range. I'll link it if I can down below. But I was watching some Instagram reels and somebody was showing off some dupes, you know, like white company dupes and things like that. I love all that stuff as well, because if we can get something cheaper, we will, won't we? And I didn't know it at the time because I'd already bought mine from the range, this wreath, for £15, but they were saying how it's actually a dupe of the Neptune wreath. And also baby's breath gypsophilia, you'll see it throughout my house, especially dried, because I do like to buy it fresh from the supermarket, sells it sometimes, and I like to dry it out because I just love how it looks fresh and I love how it looks dried out like that. And it's very important to us because it was my flower of choice at my wedding, so it actually means something to me. So yeah, I love that wreath up there. Yeah, a really, really sought after functional space, well thought out. Everybody needs a cloakroom cupboard where they put the coats and the hats and the boots when they come in from outside. So obviously we're building a family house here, so we've thought of absolutely everything. It's all tucked away just behind in the kitchen here, tucked out of the way, like from the kitchen, the other side of this wall, you don't see this bit at all, even though it's beautiful. So it's a nice little surprise when you come through here and you see it's all very functioning. Let's move on to our dog wash station. I'm going to come down here so we can see it in a little bit more detail. So originally we was going to build all the way around this section of the wall, and we decided not to because whilst we was nearly signing off on the plans and ordering all this kitchen cabinetry, hubby said, do you want do you want a butler's pantry? You know, like a pantry room. What do you call them? Pantry, isn't it? Yeah. Would you like a pantry room? And I was like, yeah. Because, like, the more storage rooms and them kind of rooms, the better. Don't you agree? So he said, right, well, I'll convert half of the garage, which is through that door. I'll convert half of the garage for you so that when we open this door and go in, the half of that room in there will be pantry room. I think that's absolute genius idea. So as you can see, that's the original doorway. We didn't build across this way for that reason. The door is going to be lost soon once we start work in there. So really, we're not quite finished in here for that reason. Let's come along and talk about our dog washing station. Like, this was highly sought after for me. And yeah, I just was browsing inspo for utility rooms. I came across a dog wash and I just thought it was absolutely incredible. I showed it to Ash and he was like, I can build you one of them. And I was like, oh my God. And we planned and he custom built me this dog wash and it's just incredible. Isn't it? Isn't it incredible? It even steps out from the main cupboards, so it gives it real depth. Are you in love with your dog wash? Do you love your doggy wash? You don't really like it. You've got the poshest shower in the whole house, haven't you? Ralphie's shower. Yes, it's there, isn't it? So let's have a look in a little bit more detail. We've gone for the cashmere tiles. These tiles are from Wix. And they're quite, I think they're called farmhouse rustic tiles. And they do them in a few different colours. I went for this like greigey tile and it's called cashmere and it looks different in different lights. It looks quite warm, off-white looking in different lights. It can sometimes look a little bit sage green in the summer and I just love the tone of it. Now you just have to excuse me, I haven't cleaned out this, well I clean it regularly but literally we use it every day. And this is the purpose of it, to remember that this is actually a working space. We literally use it every day, especially in the winter. So as you can imagine, it's full of mud all the time, but we've got a handy, gorgeous little shower tap. If I can remember where this is from, I will link it down below. It's absolutely stunning. Like I said, he has the best shower you have ever seen in your life. I can't wait to have a shower like this in an upstairs bathroom, coming to the vlogs this year hopefully. But it's just beautiful, isn't it? And like I was saying, not only does it wash the dog, it can also wash children if you wanted it to. You can also wash your boots in here. I also in the summer pop in my plants all in here and I give them a real good watering down. Obviously let them drain because it's got all the drainage system. We've gone for brass everything. All the hardware in this house is brass. So we wanted to hide our appliances. I don't like appliances on show, so I have integrated everything and all of the working elements of a kitchen are all in this room and we'll go through it just now. So in this one we have our dryer integrated in here and this is really handy because let me show you. You'll have to excuse me, I've got some drying in there at the moment, but the door comes off, it collects all the water in this little contraption and you just tip out the water. I actually tip it into here. And yeah, it just saves having condensation from a dryer in your utility room. Above that we have our Roberts radio. This was a gift from my husband a good few years ago now from the last house. This is the forever piece, a vintage radio, and if you haven't got one, please get one. They're iconic, never go out of style. This is in the dove grey colour. My husband bought it me as a gift in the last house, and the last house was like, there was a lot of grey in the last house basically. If I was to choose another one now to go with this house, I mean it still works, but yeah, I would choose the cream colour. Now this sad beige aesthetic. Dried gypsophilia, which again, like I said, you'll see a lot of this around my house. There's just something so ethereal about this stuff. I just love how it looks. I've just got some there in an old watering can because I do like elements of a garden, and so yeah, I wanted to bring in a lot of plants into this room. I haven't finished in the collection of plants in this room, so it will get added to, but this is where we're up to at the moment. I've just got a leaning frame at the back here with Ciao Bella on because I just love everything Italian inspired, as you probably know. Here we have Ralphie's little ceramic. Isn't this just the sweetest? Look, it's got a little paw print on it. And this is Ralphie's chew toys in there. We also have his little dog wash. And these are both from HomeSense. I think they do a really good pets range in HomeSense, some like beautiful products for the dogs. Then over here we have, at the moment, Ralphie's dog bowls. And then we have our laundry basket. This is like years old. They still sell it. It's from Dunelm and it's in this cream rope style detail. And I just think it looks absolutely wonderful in a utility room like that. Next to the ladder. So this is a rustic bamboo ladder. I picked this up from Jisk literally the other day, and I never shown it you in the vlog because I wanted to style up this room and then show it you in this video. So yeah, this was £17. These can be quite expensive when I had a look on the internet. And yeah, I really wanted one for the utility room, and you can hang clothes on it, you can hang blankets on like I've done there, and it's just a gorgeous little styling piece for a laundry room, because obviously this room is a dog wash, it's a boot room, it's a wash room, it's a laundry room. Let's go to the top here. We went for some gorgeously brass Laura Ashley lights. These are like really small, so we've gone for 3 above the shelf here. Again, we used a reclaimed rustic scaffolding board for the shelf that we got for free out of a skip. You can find them on Facebook Marketplace, and if you just have a good look around. We went for Singer brackets under the shelf on this one. They were from Etsy, I think, and Singer is I can't remember, was it a sewing machine brand, a real heritage brand of sewing machine from years gone by, vintage. So yeah, I thought they were quite well chosen for this laundry room. I've got some little jars up here for laundry. They were from Matalan, these laundry jars. They still do them as well. Can't remember where that little plant is from. You know, I like to pick things like this up along the way, so I feel like you can't have enough of those. In that jar, I've got some cotton balls. These are cotton ball stems. Aren't they sweet? I thought, again, that was a really good choice to put in a laundry room with it being cotton. There are still details I would like to add to this room. Let me just look back. Like under the shelf, I would like another brass rail with the S hooks so that I can hang things on there, like scrubbing brushes or coats that need to drip dry over the dog wash and things like that. Above that, we've got a textured print, leaning print from Desenio. We've got my twine, which I just love having that around the house. I use it for absolutely everything. And some vintage scissors as well. Not only do they look beautiful, I use them quite a lot as well. And then that statue of a naked lady is from Jisk. So as we come down to this side, in here we have our integrated bins. So we're going to shut that because that is real life. And on here I have a styling basket, and this has got, well, it's actually, I use it for junk, to be honest with you. This stuff isn't junk, by the way. I mean, I've actually cleaned it out for this video, but usually I just dump everything into this basket to get processed. But in here I've got all my faux stems, I've got some pampas grass, but this is actually from the garden section in Home Bargains. And as you can see, it's a planter. So I might use it to plant something in. I love having the outside in. So I've got some little garden tools and some terracotta pots. I've got some seeds to be planting this spring as well, so can't wait to do that. Actually, guys, I have got the best idea. I've had the best idea in the last couple of days, but I'm going to save it and show you on the next vlogs what we're going to do, and I'm quite excited over it actually. I just love how it looks on here, styled up like that. All the sockets are brass as well, so they're quite aesthetically pleasing. And yeah, I just love how that space is looking. So as you can see, there's a few little elements I'd like to add, but I will say this at this point, the acoustics in this room sound much better now, you know, because we've got soft furnishings in, like the cushions. And oh, the rug, we didn't say, did we? This rug is from the last house. This was actually in our office in the last renovation, and it filled the room in our last office, so I was quite surprised that it looks small in this room compared to what it looked like in my last office and filming room. But yeah, I think it works perfectly. So this is a jute rug from Dunelm. They're really hard wearing rugs, and it just feels really nice underfoot, especially in the cold, like hard wearing floor. So, yeah, I think it just looks absolutely lovely in here. We had built-ins, tall boy units on either side here. That one's just a cupboard because I needed to have it symmetrical. But that one in particular, we needed it because we needed to hide the boiler without moving the boiler. So I just thought it was genius, and it all looks symmetrical when you're looking this way now. Got a thing for symmetry, haven't I, guys? Yeah, I've got my butler sink directly in the middle. As you can see, it's quite pleasing to the eye. And like the rest of the walls in this room, there's a few things I'd like to add along the way. Obviously, we need to put the what you call them, kickboards on the bottom, and then that will just come up to the floor and close off that area. Again, I just want one of them brass rails either on the top here or underneath on this section with some S-hooks so I can hang things above the sink in this area. Did I tell you what worktops we went for? I did do it in the kitchen reveal, but yeah, we went for, this isn't marble, it's not granite, it's not marble, it's that hard wearing stuff, quartz. I think it's quartz if I've got it right, and it's in the Calcutta gold. So it's got a greyish effect, and then in these tiny little veins, it's like a bronzy brown, and I just love it. It's absolutely stunning. We got the grooves put in next to the sink on both sides. We went for Rangemaster appliances in this house. Again, another old vintage heritage brand, good quality. And yeah, that's my butler sink. Again, the working part of the house. So in this one, we've got our washing machine. And then under the sink is just an under the sink cupboard like everybody else. And then this side, what's in this side? Oh yeah, the dishwasher. The dishwasher which I need to empty. I hope you can see that we've absolutely thought of everything, and if we haven't, leave it in the comments. Is there something missing from this kitchen that we can add? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I hope you love it, by the way. This is new in the kitchen, and that is the Japanese linen that I picked up from Shein. The curtains, I'll link them down below. I think they look absolutely adorable. Granted, they're a bit long. I do need to take these up, but I wanted that cafe curtain look. So we popped in a wooden effect. You can't see it because we're backlit, but that pole, it's a tension rod from Dunelm, and it's like a wooden effect look, so it looks wooden. And yeah, I've tied up the curtains along that pole. So as you can see, the top two windows, little windows there, you can still get to them and open them. And the sun comes in here in the mornings, so you still get the light coming through, but you've got the privacy along with that curtain, and it just looks absolutely beautiful. Obviously, you can have them different ways. In the summer, I'm gonna obviously cinch them in on either side, and just, I think it just looks absolutely wonderful. Again, it helps with the acoustics in this house, and we really noticed that because we've been living in this big hole of a house with no furniture for so long that we just get used to it echoing. So in this room, like, it just feels calm and put together. It's just honestly a breath of fresh air. Like I said, we've got our boiler packed away in here. We have actually painted in this cupboard now, and hubby's built in me some shelves. I do have my apron hung here at the moment because I'm waiting for some hooks in the kitchen, which is through there. So at the moment that just hangs here, but we went for these brass long handles. I just think they look really, really elegant. These were from Etsy and they have these little ribbed details on, and that's the dirty mark, isn't it? That we missed. And yeah, I just love how they look, and we got them from Etsy. If they still do them, I'll leave them linked down below, but I couldn't choose handles, and the ones in these shops, like even in B&Q and Wix, they cost an absolute arm and a leg. But these ones, I thought these ones were absolutely beautiful and just as nice, and we ended up getting them from Etsy because it were just significantly cheaper. I store my water in these bottles that's waiting to be filled up, and then it'll go in the fridge because I just love cold water, and I just think it looks nicer when you serve it out of a bottle like this, doesn't it? I've got a terracotta pots. Now, it's not actually terracotta orange, this. It's like a terracotta brown. I got them from B&Q, and the proper, like, pots with the trays. Aren't they sweet? Very rustic. And in here, I've got a little monkey plant that I brought back to life, and it's thriving. We need to give monkey plant a name. What can we call him? Because he is thriving, he needs repotting in a different pot because he's in there. He's actually in his original little pot that I bought him in. So I'm sure he's outgrown it now. He was tiny when I first got him. Let's call him Tim. Tiny Tim. Yes, Tiny Tim, that is. Over here, I have my little basket here. I can't remember where these were from. Amazon, I think. If I can find them, I'll link them. And then I have my washing up liquid in amber bottles. Got little scrubbing brushes because they're just aesthetically pleasing, aren't they? Oh, and also, if you love rustic, and earthy smells, especially for like your utility room. So these hand creams and hand wash from Cowshed, they're stunning. They smell like earth, but in a nice way. Honestly, you need to try these. They are a little bit expensive, but they're so worth it. So worth it. Traditional tap in this aged brass colour as well. And then on this side, I have this gorgeous medicinal, I think it's a wine bottle. I thought it was a medicine bottle at first because it's French. And I had to Google what it all meant, and it's meant to be for wine, and it's absolutely giant. It's like a massive, big, giant glass medicine bottle. I love it. Like, what a find. I can't link it for you guys because this is from Home Sense. In fact, I got to Till. I'm carrying it around the shop like a baby, like a really great find. I love Home Sense. And she said to me at the till, the young girl, "What are you going to do with this?" And I thought, yeah, good question. But actually, it looks really good in this room. Obviously, it's a vase, or you could put wine in it, I suppose. But I mean, like, you'd be there all year trying to drink it. I've got some more baby's breath because I just love how it looks. And then here we have Apollo. So I've been after one of these Renaissance kind of statues for quite some time. However, I've been Googling, and they say, some people say these are pagan idols, you know, the Greek mythology gods. Obviously, I'm Christian, so I'm very mindful of what objects I have in my house. I just like the way it looks, you guys, a statue. So maybe if we find a different statue of a lady that's not like a pagan idol or a god, we'll change it out. But yeah, this is, in Greek mythology, this is actually Apollo. But then again, it does say that it mentions them in the Bible. So I'm really undecided if to keep that in the house or not. Very important, isn't it? What you have in your house with regards to things like that. I mean, like me before, I would have just thought, well, what do you mean that's just a statue? But yeah, it's really important to go around your house and think, what is this? What is the meaning of this object? And then have nothing in the house that you think could be bringing you bad vibes, you guys. It's a thing. Anyway, I've got another little faux plant. These are so old. They're from B&M. You actually hang them up, but I just turn them the other way around and hide the string. And this is a fern, obviously. And I just like the way it looks. And I think that's everything, you guys. Oh, also, we will be having a radiator put here as well. We are having the vintage radiators. I'll pop a picture on the screen in the rest of the house. However, this walkway, we don't want to take up the space from. So we do want a flat to the wall radiator just here.